Hi, my name is Lesley.
My name is Mike.
And we met on Christian Mingle.
I went on a missions trip to help out with Habitat for Humanity building houses, and while I was there, just spent a night just praying, asking God what He wanted me to do, where He wanted me to go. It was that night I was talking with a friend and pretty much felt like God wanted me to go to California. I went on Facebook like any college student would do, and I saw an ad for Christian Mingle, and I thought, you know, it's a great way to meet other people in different parts of the country. If I'm going to be going to California like God wants me to, I may as well sign up. So I did. Started looking at people in California and saw Lesley and decided to just sign up for it and see where it took me, and that's where it started.
And definitely when I saw Mike's profile, I knew that he was different. So we had actually been emailing each other for 6 months, and then when he started moving across the country, he finally decided to call me, and it was so nice actually hearing his voice.
There's no way that outside of Christian Mingle that I would have ever even known she existed. I mean, I pretty much had my life planned out for me in Virginia.
God can use anything to put people together. You can use even the internet.
It only took me just a few minutes to sign up, fill out the information, and then I just fell asleep, woke up the next morning to see what messages I had. Really, I was only on there for about 2 weeks before I started talking with Lesley. That's really about it. And she met one of her best friends through that site, and her best friend is actually getting married to someone who she met through the site as well. So it really is just a great tool and a great opportunity to meet other Christians.
We would have never, ever, I don't think we'd ever come across each other, but definitely God put that in our lives as a tool to use to bring us together, and we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, I definitely view Christian Mingle as sort of a friend, just because, you know, it's like seeing someone who has other friends. And Christian Mingle was friends with Lesley, and I was friends with Christian Mingle, so a friend set me up with my wife. Yeah, I knew Lesley was the one, probably the first night that I actually spoke with her on the phone. When we were emailing back and forth, it was such a great friendship. But when I talked to her on the phone and I heard that beautiful voice, I just knew that I just wanted to hear that voice every day. We waited about 1.5 years before we got engaged, and then 6 months of an engagement, we got married.
There's a verse that inspired us. It was Proverbs 22:11. Those who have purity of heart and grace on their lips, the king will be his friend. And that was a verse that we had written on our purity bracelets, the rubber bracelets that we wore throughout the whole time we were dating. And that really kept us on track and focused on God throughout the dating experience. Mike inspires me through Christ. He's one of the most godly men I've ever met in my life. And when I just reading about him on Christian Mingle, I was like, wow, I really want someone like that in my life. Every day he just helps me grow closer to God.
The most important thing for me was to just find a woman who could encourage me with my relationship with Christ. I love absolutely everything about her. You know, that statement that love does mean everything, it really does. I mean, Christ loved us before anything. It doesn't matter what our past is or anything like that. Christ loved us, and He gives us the ability to love Him and love other people. And that, I think, is the most amazing gift we could ever possibly receive. Our hope is to just continue to follow Christ, continue to be a ministry as a couple, just to everyone that we come in contact with, our friends, our family, strangers on the street, just any way that we can. We really want to help serve and just continue to live a godly life and just lead people by example. On both of our hearts, we feel like God has always called us to just have a relationship that other people can see and just know that it's God working in our lives, that without God, without Christ being the center, our relationship wouldn't be what it is. And we hope that people will want that. They'll want the same relationship that we have with Christ. And that's really what we hope for. Hi, my name is Mike.
My name is Lesley.
And I found God's match for me on Christian Mingle.